When you think of regional jets, something like the CRJ-200 comes to mind. Cramped, uncomfortable, and certainly without a first class. However, on larger regional jets like the E-175, there is a first class, which I will be trying out today on a short 1-hour hop from Boston to Baltimore on Delta. I initially booked an economy class ticket, but Delta was offering upgrades for $60, which I jumped on. All domestic first class passengers get to use the Sky Priority check-in, and it was basically empty this morning. I had my bags tagged and dropped off within 2 minutes and made my way over to the TSA pre-check lane, which was right next to the priority check-in. TSA was very quick, and I was airside within a couple of minutes. Unfortunately, domestic first class tickets in the US don't come with lounge access, so I wouldn't be going into the Delta Sky Club today. Instead, I made my way to my gate A6, where I relaxed for an hour or so before my plane showed up. Terminal A at Logan, where Delta is based, is so much nicer than Terminal B. The terminal was a lot calmer and newer, and made for a much more pleasant experience than what is found in Terminal B. The food options are also better, in my opinion, and the fact that they are spread out rather than all in one food court keeps people from congregating in any one area and helps give the illusion of a calmer terminal. The fact that there is only one airline using this terminal, as opposed to about 6 or 7 in Terminal B, means there's a lot fewer people in here as well. After about an hour of waiting, my plane arrived at the gate. It was a 16-year-old Embraer E-175 registered November 239 Juliet, Quebec. Soon after, we began boarding. Delta boards in 8 groups, with Group 1 being first-class passengers. The first-class cabin is arranged in a 1-2 configuration, and I would be sitting in seat 3D on this flight. The seats are incredibly comfortable, with an incredible amount of legroom, great padding, a fully adjustable headrest, and great recline. The seat pitch is 36 inches in these seats, and they are 20 inches wide, with about 5 inches or so of recline. There's a universal power port below the center console, with 2 power ports for the 2 seats. The tray table is in one armrest, and the other armrest has a little extendable area on which to store drinks. The seat back in front of you has a large pocket with a safety card, but no IFE screen is available on this or any other regional jet. The flight attendant soon came around offering pre-departure beverages, and I went with a Coke, which was served in this plastic cup. There ended up being only 4 of us up in first class on this flight, so I got the whole row to myself. We were quickly boarded and pushed back about 10 minutes early, as the flight was only about half full. We taxied very quickly across almost the entirety of Logan Airport before taking off from runway 33 left.
Aircraft. This aircraft has 4 emergency exits, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. All exits are clearly marked with red and white signs and opening instructions. In the event of an evacuation, leave all carry-on items.
flight attendant came around with a basket full of snacks, and I went with a wide selection that included chips, pretzels, and gummy bears. I also got another Coke, this time in a glass. I'd barely finished my first round of snacks when the flight attendant was back, offering more snacks, and I opted for some Biscoff cookies. She also came around yet another time offering even more snacks, and I went for more chips and cookies. I ended up having enough food on the flight to be considered a full meal, though just in the form of many snacks. There was Wi Fi for purchase, but I was content to just look out the window and enjoy the scenery of western New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania fly by.
Just for your safety, I
Within no time at all, we were beginning our descent into Baltimore, signaling that this flight was coming to an end. This flight was absolutely amazing in every facet, minus the internet. The seats are very large and very comfy, with great recline and wonderful legroom. The 1-2 configuration allows for solo travelers to ensure that they will be without a seatmate, and also allows for couples to sit together. Even though this flight was too short to offer a meal, I was never hungry. The flight attendant ensured that I was well fed and had a surplus of snacks at all times. The best thing about this flight was definitely the crew. The dedicated first class flight attendant was just awesome. She was constantly checking in on all the first class passengers and seemed genuinely happy to be working this flight. It was definitely the best experience that I've had with any crew member on any of my flights, and she went above and beyond during her service on this flight. For the $60 upgrade, it was absolutely worth it, even on this short 1 hour flight. Economy on Delta's E175s isn't terrible, but the level of service that I got on this flight made the upgrade more than worth it. Plus all the snacks were absolutely awesome as well. We came in to BWI from the west before making our turn to final approach and land on runway 10. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more travel content, then be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you all in my next trip report.